Did you like that sink? Your sink?
The sink is pretty dope. It's
It was alright.
my wife uses it more than I do.
I could only imagine.
All right, so the fuck is going on, squad? You just heard us talking about the sink. You know who I am. I'm Skeletor. Let me introduce you to Rory. He's from E-Juices Direct. See the little thingy above? Oh, it's over here.
There you
Whoa, backwards.
go.
These guys. Candy King, the Jam Juices, the King Juices, the Truth, number 07, Melon Heads. Did you guys do lemon heads?
No lemon heads.
No lemon heads, just melon heads.
Just melon heads.
I like lemon heads. The candy itself, I haven't found a lemon head vape that I really like that.
I agree.
So how the fuck is everybody? We are here. We are live. It is Thursday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Owen, Rhonda, Mr. Cobra Fire, good morning or good afternoon. All depends on where you're at. Evil-lyn, hello, darling. And looks like we got the Giz in there from Minnesota. All right. Well, we're rocking and rolling. We got basically, it's just a juice review day because there's so fucking many of them. 3, 6, 10 of them. Holy Jesus H. And I could pull it out to where we could do 12, but I've got an idea for the other ones that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about later off air. So we've got 5 King juices. We've got Corn King, Puddin' King, Candy King, Bread King, Crispy King, Skella King, Rory King, everything's a King. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the Kings. They pretty much, you guys sell these at Vapor & Co. now, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what they retail for over there?
I want to say they're between 20 and 22.
I did see the munchies on, because they produce the munchies as well. I did see the munchies on there for 22,
Yep.
so I'm probably thinking it's going to be similar.
I think online it's 22, and in their stores it's $20.
Little less.
Little
Yeah,
less.
corn, Cobra Fire, corn indeed.
Yeah, not too many people make a corn vape.
No, and I was rocking the Corn King and the Limitless XL all day yesterday. We'll get to my thoughts on that in a minute. But, so you said earlier that your favorite was Bread King.
Bread King is definitely my favorite out of that one.
Followed by?
Followed by would be Pudding King.
Okay.
And then the
Corn?
Corn. And then Crispy towards the end because I like candy better.
Okay. All right.
And then the Truth.
The Truth is out there. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Kings, and we're going to do them in the order that Rory likes them here. We're going to start off with Bread King. Now, what is the... See, this is why I like having somebody on with me that's from the company. What's the BG-PG ratio on these bad boys?
Well, they pretty much vary between the juices. I want to say most of them are all closer to the 80-20s, where I believe the Candy King is closer to a 70-30.
Usually candy vapes are a little thinner.
Yeah. But yeah, they're all pretty much in there between the 70-30 and 80-20. I want to say that the Puddin' King and the Corn King are probably the thickest out of those two.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm just looking at on all the labels here. I see you guys got the Prop 65 Epic. You got what else you got? You got ingredients. That's good. Actually have the flavor profile on the bottle, which I like.
All your Kings will come with a flavor profile right on the side.
I like the labels. Nice, clean, easy to read. So Bread King is a lemon cake donut. Hey! It's Andy!
What's up, Andy?
My nigga. What up? How was New York, Andy? How'd you enjoy your trip? I've got Candy King on that one. And I've got this one. All right. What's next, mac and cheese? Quite possibly if they, ooh, hi. If they can figure out a way to sweeten it up.
I agree. Do you remember last year during April Fools, there was a company called Pandemonium was doing an April Fools that got me, and it was really good. Throughout like the whole month of March, they were basically saying they were going to release a like a panda, like a Panda Express orange chicken.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So basically, they waited all the way till April Fools and like propped it up all throughout March, and basically
nice.
were showing like pictures of juice and the food that it was supposed to be representing. And then come April Fools, they were like, "Nah, this is just a big joke."
That's great. That's a long con for
It
an
was a
April
long
Fool's
con.
joke.
Yeah, it was great though.
That is awesome. I remember the last good long con that I did that was similar to that was I went to a couple of friends of mine. I'm like, my car got broken into. My CDs are gone. My radio's gone. Pull all that shit out. I got this idea actually from my buddy Jay. He pulled this stunt on me when we were in high school. So I pulled all my expensive shit out. And I'm like, my car got broken into. And so I played that off for like a month and a half. It was mid-February. And finally, here comes April. And the day before April Fool's, I called my buddies up. I'm like, hey, I need you guys to come help me tomorrow. I just got my new stuff and I need to install it, but I need a couple extra pairs of hands. So they show up. It's already all installed. And my CDs are laying on the front seat. Fuck you. Love that long con.
They all were willing though to help though.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. They got some good pictures. Did you go see the Statue of Liberty? You know, that's I'd love to go to New York City. It's one of my bucket list to
No,
go.
I agree. That's something I want to do. Yeah. Because here from Stanford, you can actually catch the Amtrak, and you can actually take the Amtrak all the way to New York, and that's something that I want to take my kids to do because something I've never done has been on a train.
Yeah, me. You know, it's funny that you say that. My wife and I were just talking about that last night. Neither of us have been on a train,
Never.
and we were talking. Our son came up to us and asked us to go on the light rail, the sun rail. Sure, I've never been on a
Yeah.
train before, and that's like the L train, and so. Oh, look at this. My wife goes, she prefers lovely, not darling. Okay, I'm sorry, lovely. MBK, what's up, dude? So, I've been on like a subway. I've been on the subway in Washington, D.C. I've been on the L in Detroit. I've been on people movers. I've been on the, whatever the fuck they call it at, what are they, the monorail
Oh,
at Disney.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, I used to work there. Fuck that place. Got a hand check with it in the background. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna have to go look for that. Did your wifey post it on Facebook already, Andy? If she did, I know exactly where to find it. Florida Vapors Facebook page.
Central Florida Vapors.
Nope, not Central Florida
No?
Vapors. Nope, Florida Vapors. I'll
Florida
show you.
Vapors,
Oh yeah,
okay.
they run Florida Vapors. Well, Melissa does, his wife.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've never ridden on a train, and that's like the closest thing to a train that we've got near here. Uh, One of my oldest friends is a mechanic over at Amtrak in Sanford, and he always is like, dude, I'll get you hooked up on cost of tickets, just let me know. But never had. So we were talking about taking a trip somewhere pretty soon, using the train. I think it would be a pretty decent adventure.
My my brother-in-law worked for Amtrak and loading the auto carriers.
Oh, okay.
The people that load their cars onto the train so they can be moved from state to state. Well, be wary of anytime you put your car in one of those things. Basically, any change or anything, make sure you remove it because they will get it all. Because that's what they do. That they look for anything and everything they can put in their pockets. Maybe not my brother-in-law, especially, but he's told me stories about other people that work there that
moving companies. I've heard stories about moving companies like that too. Uh-oh, she has a surprise from mom. Should I be afraid? Should I be very afraid? Is mom sitting next to you? Mom, should I be afraid? She's finishing my mother-in-law's hair today. So that's what she's doing right now. Or was. Maybe they're just sitting there watching us now. I'm just here. Hi, Mom. Okay, Bread King, lemon cake donut. Now, I did a smell test on this last week when you first gave it to me. I still get a Play-Doh smell.
Yeah, well, most donuts you will get that's similar to, from what I've noticed, is a little bit of a Play-Doh. It always comes down to the taste. Whenever you vape it, does it taste like Play-Doh?
I've had a lot that have.
I agree. Donut is a very tricky one because it a lot of times will have that donut or that Play-Doh flavor to it.
Now, on the Nuck, I get Play-Doh right off the bat,
Okay.
but it disappears rather quickly, and you get that not quite lemon cake donut, like the cake donuts, but more like the sour cream style cake donuts, lemon sour cream. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I get on the Nuck. Is more of a sour cream lemon because I'm a big fan of the sour cream donuts. They're actually really, really, really good. Krispy Kreme makes some of the best. But on the vape, the whole there is no Play-Doh
No.
on the vape at all. But I still do get that lemon sour cream donut. That's really fucking good. Next time you have the opportunity, when you're at Walmart or something, you see the Krispy Kreme donuts, you'll see they look like crullers, but they say sour cream donuts.
Sour cream donuts.
Pick 'em
I'll
up.
pick one up. Never had them.
They're good.
Not a really big donut person. I don't eat too many donuts.
I like donuts.
I like to vape donuts. See, that's my thing. I exchange from eating them to vaping them.
Helps with the calories.
That's right.
But when it's funny when you get the spit back off of it, you don't get any Play-Doh at all either. It's like when the juice gets heated up, that whole Play-Doh sense is just gone. So don't worry about the Play-Doh. It's you don't have to worry about that.
Like I said, it's one of my favorite that come from, Squad Distro. Definitely want to give them a shout out. Is Squad Distro with King's Crest. They're the ones that basically make this juice, and they're out of Hollywood, Florida.
King's Crest.
So pretty much here, everyone in Central Florida knows who King's Crest is.
These
That's
guys.
right. So that's where
The
you get
Duchess guys.
that's where you get the the king from.
Gotcha. All right. We'll sneak that back up into the little hidden area. And my mother-in-law says, "Be very afraid." Fuck.
Be very afraid.
You're still going to be here when my wife gets back, right?
Probably.
All right. Well, in that case, I have backup. All right. So production, I give what I give most juices of this caliber. That say a max VG or something like that, high VG, whatever. I give it an 8.
And let me ask you, because that's always a question beyond with us vapors, is what do you consider a max VG? Because I've even seen, I don't know if you've seen, what is it, Lost Art's new max VG line.
Looks like a 60/40 to me.
Yeah, it's almost the same exact juice.
This is a 70/30. The lemon cake donut, I guarantee you, is a 70/30.
Like I said, it's one of the thinner of the.
I would not give it a max VG if it's, and that's the thing. I like numbers. I like to see numbers because I like to go through in my head to see if they're the true numbers or if they are just I use 70% of my mixtures, 70 drops of VG.
Yeah.
So it's or no, I used 80 drops of VG and I used no PG, so it's max VG, but 30% of it's PG when you add in the flavor and nicotine.
Yeah, that's right.
Give me a number. I'm very numbers based, even though this doesn't say anything. So there's no there's no max VG on there. It's kind of a faux pas.
Yeah.
I think, and when the previous network that I was on, we would actually make fun of juices that had max VG.
I agree.
Because it is a faux pas. It really doesn't make any sense.
No.
What do we got? Picture message from Andy. Ah, the hand check behind with the Statue of
Statue
Liberty.
of Liberty.
Okay, so I'm going to take this moment and I am going to, yeah, we're going to save image as. We'll put it in. Oh, it's a text document. Let's open this up. Well, let's go ahead and do it this way. It's not going to let me. Okay, I'm going to do this on my phone. I want to show you guys this picture. It's fucking epic. Andy, I'm going to embarrass you for a second. Oh, look at... Shit. Son of a... God damn. There we go. Look at that. Times Square.
Times Square, nice.
American flag, POW flag, vaping like a mug. Of course, the picture's sideways. Great job, Andy. However, the
Times Square is perfect.
Yeah, I can turn that. With this though,
yeah, it's a great one.
Great picture, Andy. That's awesome.
What is that, Andy? A Rolex?
Rolodex.
The Rolodex.
It is a Rolex.
I could see. I already knew. I would look at the band. I didn't have to zoom in. I could see the band from here.
Yeah, that's true. My father has a Rolex. My father paid 10 grand for his Rolex, right? I don't see where the 10 grand
Me
went.
personally, I don't wear a Rolex, but you know.
I wouldn't spend 10 grand on a watch.
I ain't hating on it.
I ain't hating on it either, because if my father and I ever start talking again, I'm sure it's going to be, willed to me.
Yeah.
But there's other things I could spend 10 grand on.
Me personally, I could spend 10 grand on a lot of other things before I spent it on a watch. But that just means your baller status.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's baller status. You already know.
Thank you, Motorola. Exactly. Thank you, Motorola. All right. Flavor, I can all day vape this. It's great in a tank. I rolled it through the Limitless Plus, actually, a couple tanks ago. And I really enjoy it. I give it an 8.5 on flavor as well as an 8.5 on production. So that's definitely a winner. Bread King, for sure. There you go, Owen. There's your bell. Okay. Indeed. I will read the Facebook message, Rhonda. Let's see. Did you send the message already? I'll go ahead and check this out right now. While we talk about... I'm running out of spot. So we're going to Puddin' King next, right?
Puddin' King. What'd you say last week?
Puddin' Tang.
Puddin' Tang. That's what it was.
Ask me again, I'll tell you the same. There we go. Rice pudding with cinnamon. Again, nice clean label. All the stuffs that the other one had. Except that's different.
Go. Yeah, no drips.
Got those there.
Those were the newest additions. Bread King and Crispy King came first.
Okay, so this is an old label then.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I did notice on all these bottles, when I shake the shit out of them,
a little residue off of them.
Yeah.
And I think though that's
the GCC caps.
Yeah, but also I've noticed because whenever you pull the cap out, and you know a lot of times you run it along the side of to get most of it to go back into your bottle.
Yeah,
I think it's so thick that it actually starts rolling over the top, and then you screw it back down, and it.
I've seen Juice do that as well, and I had thought about that, but I also.
It could come from the the top too, but
Yeah, because
you know,
are these the GCC compliant caps?
mm-hmm.
Okay, and you have the GCC notification or paperwork that anybody can get a hold of on all of them. Okay, good, good. I remember to ask this time, Andy. But then again, this is the first time that I've done the review on the juice where we've had to have the GCC compliance. No, it's a rice pudding with cinnamon, not bread pudding, Rhonda.
Yeah, it's funny because every time we do an order, you have to put a GCC, new GCC in every single box.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to have the current date, you know. So
it smells almost coffee-like.
It does. It has a when you smell it, it does have a coffeeness to it. But for Pudding King, I get a wild hair sometimes, and I want a cinnamon vape.
That's a great nuck. All right. I always compare to stuff that I've tasted that's identical to this, and this happens to be sugar-free rice pudding. But what was the flavor? It's made by Jello. Only I had this.
It's made by Jello.
Yeah. Jello pudding. Here we go. I know this has nothing to do with vaping, but it actually does.
You've got to know what it tastes like. It's like when you vape something and it brings you back.
Yeah, to a certain moment in time. Yeah. All right. Images. Is this? That's the dulce de leche. You know what? I'm going to do this a little easier. Jello pudding flavors. Sugar free. Images. Is this it? Yes, this is it.
Yeah, rice creme brulee.
Rice creme brulee sugar-free pudding snacks. That's what this tastes like, and those are my favorite.
Those are my favorite.
When it comes to the sugar-free Jello pudding, that is.
Never had sugar-free. I don't pretty much like anything that's sugar-free.
I have to, unfortunately. Yeah, I have to, unfortunately. What's this?
Vanilla chocolate chip. Never seen that.
Chocolate mint chip? Sorry, y'all. Got sidetracked by the pudding.
Pudding.
Back to the task at hand. So yeah, this smells like the creme brulee rice pudding. Tastes like the creme brulee rice. Well, actually, it's got the coffee smell. Tastes like the creme brulee rice pudding is what I meant to say. And let's see how she makes. So I definitely like the smell and the nuck.
Better not pudding.
Oh yeah, go for it. It's got a traditional rice pudding taste, and the spit back on the tongue is all. Oh man, this is good. Production's good. This looks like it could be a 75.
It is it's got a really good rice pudding in the inhale.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Rice pudding always has this unique texture to it that goes with the flavor, and I even get the texture on this. So far, I think this is my favorite.
Is it? Out of the new additions, that the Pudding King is my favorite out of the newer stuff.
I give this a 75, and as a 75, I still give it an 8.5 on production. I give it a 9 on flavor. I'm going to run it through the XL when I get off of that Frita.
The end, you get a very good cinnamon, not an overpowering cinnamon. It's a very nice mellow cinnamon.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not harsh. It's got no throat hit.
Yeah.
And this is a 3 Nick, and it's got no throat hit. And I've been vaping on 1.5 for a few days now. It should get me Nick sick and have throat hit, but with as much as I've been vaping on this, I don't have either.
It's for me, they are a little bit more throat hittier than most other threes, like especially for what
The
we
Corn
make.
King, which we'll get to this one next. Yeah, the Corn King does have a nice throat hit to it.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I had it in the Limitless, it was very, very throaty. But now, I have to ask this question because it just popped into my head. And you said this is a collabo between King's Crest and who?
That's not a collab. These are
These aren't?
straight from.
These are just by King's Crest.
Those are by King's
It's
Crest.
the jam that's the collabo. Okay, so these are the new King's Crest juices. Do you know where any of their inspiration came from? Because I know their other flavors are like a blueberry cheesecake-ish type thing, and then you got Duchess, and then you got Duchess Reserve, which are Tres Leches and all that kind of stuff. And they seem to go more towards the sweet savory side, the dessert side. So I'm wondering if, obviously they were going for pastry and even cornbread here, but
they are always, to be very honest, one of the main guys is a really good cook.
Okay.
And he's the one that kind of really thinks up all these flavors. He really, I'm sure he has late nights sitting up, testing what he thinks is going to be next. And, along with his cooking, he could sit there and vape and,
if they taste the same shit. Yeah, you sit there, you make what you're vaping on, and if you can get it to taste the same and you like both, fuck yeah, that's the way to do it.
I mean, some of your best people that make juice used to be chefs, and they know their palate is very trained to know.
As a matter of fact, the gentleman that makes Stash, he's a chef. Potions Unlimited. The gentleman that makes that line and their Donut Explosion line is a former chef, and he actually uses all natural extracts. Like he uses either Peruvian or Guatemalan coffee beans for his Mist of Avalon. He actually grinds them up and uses the grounds for the extract and stuff like that. Apple rinds and bananas and stuff, he'll grind them all up and make extract out of it. All natural, really good. But yeah, I've noticed that the guys that have your more outside the box e-liquids are either ex-chefs or stoners.
That's right.
Straight up. And I burn water. I would never be a chef, but I like outside the box.
That's what I really love about them.
I like the shit that you look at it and you go, "What the fuck?" I mean,
That's right.
This is the WTF network.
That's right.
That's the whole basis of my creation here, is to make people say, "What the fuck."
I think they're going behind this was they didn't want to put out another strawberry. They didn't want to put out another, apple or something that somebody has always done. And that's the thing in this industry is it's just been copied over and over and over and thrown a different label on. We are always trying to stand out and be the people that are different, that are outside the box, that are trying to find the juice that nobody has thought of yet. Like I was telling you earlier with the jam, we were, as soon as we came back from UK, we were already thinking we're going to do jam because this is going to be the next curveball. And as soon as we were thinking of it, there was 4 or 5 other people getting ready to do the jam too. So it's always, we're trying to stay ahead of the curve and not be the company that is just like every other company.
Right. And that makes sense. I mean, shit, you always want to be ahead of the curve because if it's a banging idea, good to go. So this intrigued me from the moment that I saw the description because I'm a Southern boy.
I am too.
And I love cornbread. And I've actually had a couple of cornbread vapes that are really fucking good.
Really?
I've been surprised. But this was at the beginning of my vape experience, so we're talking, 20 months, or not 20 months ago. What were we in? 16 months ago. Yeah, because we're almost at 9, and I stopped in May of last year. Started vaping May of last year. And it's just like that cheesecake I was talking to you about before, where I found it once, and then it's like,
Where'd it go?
where'd it go?
Yeah.
So I was really intrigued. As you can see, I've vaped quite a decent amount of this since the other day when I got my hands on it. I've run it through the XL. I've dripped it on multiple different RDAs, the Goon with the Clapton build that I'm about to vape it on in the Temple, which I actually didn't show you this one earlier. This one's one of my beasties.
Oh, wow.
Fuse stage Clapton.
That's really nice.
But check it out. I was vaping. We were talking about the cleanliness of liquids. I was vaping that other stuff we were vaping on. I like how clean that cotton is.
I know. That's what I really like. I like clean liquid. It's like me personally, whenever I see like a red juice or a green juice or anything like that, I immediately stay away from it. I don't care what it tastes like. Me personally, I just don't want to put it on my cotton.
Right.
Oh,
that smells really good. All right, so if you're familiar with cornbread, you've got two types of cornbread. You got Yankee cornbread and you got Southern cornbread. Southern cornbread's the sweet honey cornbread. Yankee cornbread is the dry stuff. This is definitely a Southern boy's cornbread.
Definitely. As my boys at my office would call it, that's country justice style.
Cornbread muffin. I really like these labels. I like the purple.
Yeah, purple makes it stand out.
Especially with like the cornbread colored label. Mm-hmm. And that I've noticed, like it's the color of rice pudding, and even you have the gold embossed lettering on this one. Oh, no, but it looks embossed. The bread king is like a yellowish with the black, so you get that lemon cake donut. Cake, yeah. Hey Jay, what's up, buddy? How's Canada treating you? One of our Canadian guys. Actually, are you guys able to do anything with Canada?
I think we send to Canada. I think we send one of our juices called Cafe du Vape. Mm-hmm. That's more of our international liquid that we send to Europe and most everywhere else.
Jay, contact Rory. You guys need this shit up in Canada.
I agree.
And he's the man to talk to about it. This guy. I got his email somewhere around here. Wherever my wallet is where his business card is. But I don't know what I do with my wallet. Oh, well. Oops. All right, that's definitely a Southern Boys cornbread. It smells so sweet. But honey sweet, the way it's supposed to.
That's right. My favorite cornbread is it's got little bits of corn in it. It's got nice and sweet and moist.
All right, so the blue Jiffy box.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
You get the sweet cornbread from the blue Jiffy box. And then when it's to the point to where you're about ready to pull it out of the oven, you take like 2 bars of honey butter.
Honey butter.
And just lay them on top and let them go.
Let them go.
Here we are.
I'll get your email, Jay, and basically I'll send you an email from mine.
So far, I'm really impressed with the smell. I'm impressed with the taste on the knuck. This does have a throat hit to it.
It does.
So be warned about the throat hit. It does exist. But it's not bad.
I've noticed the first couple of hits intake, you'll get that throat hit, but you'll start to get used to it.
Yeah, and that's what I found out about running it through the XL. I actually ran it through the pre-built coil right here and the single coil that I have in there. And when the coils heat up, it kicks it takes the throat hit and it makes it kind of sweet almost.
Yeah, because lemon cake does that to me. Whenever I throw it in a tank, usually that first couple rips, I can tell that it's just a little bit more throaty than normal. But then after it settles down, It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect.
And it's got that nice southern cornbread taste.
I want
I
to
give
say
it a
that's
75.
yeah, that's one of the thicker of the kings.
Production, I mean, even, of course, I've got it on the Temple with the single coil bumping at 100 watts, but production gets an 8.5. Hey, there we are. We made it. Production gets an 8.5. I love this juice. Flavor gets 8.75. I don't like it as much as the pudding, but I dig it, and that bottle will be gone soon, just like the other two that are sitting behind it. So yeah, 8.5, 8.75 on that one. Oh yeah, we get 2 bells now because we went through 2 juices.
That's right. Pudding.
Boom, ding ding. All right, so let me take a quick pause here since we're 3 juices in and we have a few more to go. And we'll just see what's going on in the back here. Oh, this is the maker of this Crimson Dragon box that I got.
Oh, okay.
I send them links every time I use it.
I liked it.
It's a banging box. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, Jay's email. I'll go ahead and get that to you now while we're thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll forget. I think it's j1790vapes@gmail.com, to be quite honest. Let's go to my Skeletor Vapes email. Civil, fast eddies, blah, blah, blah. It's been a while since I've...
Sybil sent you a reward today, too?
Oh, yeah.
They sent me one, too. On that auto email.
Oh, yeah. Where is your email, Jay? I know I've got it around here somewhere.
Just missing the jalapenos.
Yeah. Indeed. The fuck is this thing doing? All right. Actually, Jay, just toss your email up in chat, or send it to my Facebook, and I'll forward it over. I can't find it for some reason, but I think it's j1790vapes@gmail. I think.
You can throw my email out there.
Yeah, actually, do that too. Somebody overdripped. I wonder who that was.
Let me go. You know what'd be easier is just let me grab my card real quick.
Oh yeah. Notorious overdripper. That is me. So, bacon and cornbread, yes, that's good. I've had bacon and cornbread before. Jalapenos, bacon. Let's see. What I got on battery on my E-Fusion here? Let's see if I'm going to rock my Buddha. 17%, that'll work. The best way to throw corn or bacon and cornbread is to actually fry the slab, then cut it up into bits. I guess I could use some extra power. Excuse me. Zephyr Buddha. There we are. Hey. Oops, Shiza. I got it. Hey, Jay, you looking? There you go. There is Rory's contact info. Hit them up. Tell them you're J Vapes. I'm sure that's easy to remember. Ooh, I like cars. ejuicesdirect.com. e-juicesdirect.com, which means I have to fix the link.
Yeah, it does have a dash in it.
All right, so we have Crispy King coming up. And I haven't tried this, and I'm going to re-wick, I think.
I'll tell you a secret after you hit it.
All right.
See, I'm going to see first if you could taste it.
Okay.
What's in there. And it's just a hint of it.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Some people catch it, some people don't. Oh, look at that. Is that the steeped chuff cap?
It is.
That it is.
From Andy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this will fit on your mutation. You want to use it? You have it. It's okay.
Andy, what a swell guy you are.
I love that guy.
Love that guy.
You guys should love that guy too.
That's right.
Go to the Vapor & Co. website. The what's it called is the domain name is in the description below. Put in the code WTF when you check out. You get 20% off right off the bat. Free shipping after $50.
By far one of the best vape shops around.
Indeed.
That's what I was telling him the other day. He's like one of the one-stop shops that you can go there and get all the way from your beginner to your novice. You know, anybody that's been in vaping for a long time, you can get anything. And the best thing about them is that they keep up with all the new stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Constantly.
You know, we have a really good relationship going right now. I've been able to test out a lot of the products for them. And, you know, with the FDA deeming regulations as they are, I came up with an idea and I pitched it to Andy, and he and I, you know, put this idea together for instruction and stuff like that, because, you know, vaping can be unsafe if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't know how to properly use your equipment. And well, now it seems to me that they want to give vaping a bad name by not allowing us to explain and, you know, basically getting rid of our First Amendment. That's what all these are for. I'm sure you've seen these at Andy's shops. About the staff can no longer build your coils.
Yeah.
They can no longer discuss health questions or compare it to combustible tobacco. You know, no longer allowed to assemble equipment. So we've got a nice little idea going, and, you know, Andy is really in the forefront of safety and advocacy here in Central Florida, and you know, I try to help them out as much as humanly possible to spread their word throughout the world, because everybody deserves to know exactly how much vaping will save your life and how much better it is than traditional tobacco.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the biggest things with safety is battery safety. I mean, and, you know, people not building...
Knowing Ohm's law.
Yeah, knowing their ohms and knowing what a battery can take and what it can't take, you know, and that's where the problem comes from. And, you know, don't get stupid.
Indeed.
You know, use your brain on your vape. Don't put loose batteries in your pocket.
Well, I think, you know, I come from one of the last generations of people that actually research shit.
Yeah.
Which you would think that with the information age that we live in, that the younger generation would research shit a little more than they do, but they don't. They expect us to explain it for them, but now we can't. So you're going to have the opportunity to do your own research, but I'm still going to help people out with that.
Yeah. Like Owen said, I mean, building safety is crucial.
Oh, God, yeah.
And that's what we're kind of talking about, is that, you know, knowing your ohms and what your battery can withhold. You know, I generally do have a regulated box mod, but you know, I like to pull out my mechs. I like to use my mechs as I'm using today. You know, occasionally I like to pull them out, but you know, I don't get crazy with my builds. I don't put in, you know, 0.08 build on a single battery. You know, it's just not smart.
Oh, why not?
With a hybrid connection.
Spork life.
Spork life. So I mean, that's where the FDA had to step in, and I think that's why they're doing all these regulations. Is because people go overboard with everything. You know, I was talking to my wife the other day, which is in medical school. People can die of anything. You can die of drinking too much water. If you drink, you know, if you just drink water, you'll die because too much of anything is not good for you.
Yeah, exactly. God, this smells good. This is the first time I've had the opportunity to put my hands on Crispy King. Rory actually didn't have this when I got the other juices from him the other day, so it's the first smell I've gotten. That's good. It's almost creamy though.
There's a flavor in there that I want to see if you can pick out, and only few people can ever pick it out. But there's a certain flavor in there that just.
We'll see what happens. For some reason, I smell hazelnut. Hazelnut marshmallow.
I think why they did the blue was because, you know,
Rice Krispie treats
usually come in blue.
Yeah. These are the older labels, as you can tell. Right. It's got the drip.
Crispy King and Bread King came out at the same time. No Max, too stupid.
Popcorn?
Popcorn? No, there's no popcorn in there.
Maybe that's just the cotton breaking in. Hold on. No, it's not the cotton breaking in. What I'm tasting that tastes like popcorn is what you're talking about, but...
Let's see if I can taste it on mine. Do you taste coconut?
I'm a coconut mute, so...
That's what it is.
Yeah, I won't taste it then.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very subtle hint of it.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed over the course of the last 15, 18 months is that I am coconut mute.
Really?
Yeah, my wife is strawberry mute. Larry Webb is blueberry mute.
Really?
Yeah. So imagine his surprise when he asked me if I wanted him to make a flavor, and I said
right
yes.
off of
it. That I suggested that he make a blueberry. He was like, blueberry?
I can't taste it.
I can't taste those. This is going to be tough. Well, I'll be your tasting too. So coconut, huh? No. Coconut mute. My wife would probably get it right off the bat.
Like, I don't really... It's hard to pick it out, but it's there. It's very good, though. I think Crispy King is good.
This sits in between or right at Pudding King.
Yeah, it's kind of you can almost taste the two very similar with subtle differences.
Yeah, the rice, it's the same rice that they use, but it's a different cream that they use because that's a marshmallow as opposed to a pudding. You know what I'm going to do?
He said, we have determined that you like this line.
Do I like this line? Have we determined this? So far, we're 3 for 3, and we have 1, 2, 3 more to go just with this group. And then we've got Melon Heads and Jam coming with the next group.
Jam is by far my favorite, like I already told you.
Oh shit, why am I putting it back on there? I want to put it on here so I can do temp control.
Yeah.
The temperature control for stainless steel on the RX200S is a lot better than the 200 1100s.
Yes. Like I told you earlier, it's one of my favorites. I think it's one of the best mods out there on the market. For price point and functionality, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe not the fanciest, but for functionality, definitely.
All right, so let me get some temperature control on here. That way I can really work on it and not have to worry about frying the cotton. Still no coconut, but I can taste the rice, I can taste the marshmallow, and it tastes like a Rice Krispie treat, just not as overly sweet.
That's right. And I think that's what he was going for, was not super sweet marshmallow, but you could still where you could taste
This
the
is
rice.
one of those that I would wake up in the morning and vape with my coffee.
Probably, yeah.
Actually, all of these so far I would wake up in the morning and
Yeah,
vape
because
with
they're
my
that
coffee.
savory.
Yeah. I gotta take off, Skeletor. Hit you up on Facebook after the show. I will, no problem. Well, I'm actually. It's funny. I'm drinking New England blends blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin.
Yeah. So the blueberry muffin with a little bit of Splenda that I put in it and the French vanilla creamer, it's really good, and so far it's mixed well with everything.
It's complemented everything.
Yeah, especially the lemon cake donut. For some reason, lemon and blueberries go together.
I agree.
This particular juice, Owen, smells like a Rice Krispie treat when the regular Rice Krispie treats, when you open that blue foil wrapper and you get that whiff, it's spot on. But it just doesn't have that overly sweet taste. So if you're one that likes sweet stuff, but you get headaches easy if something's overly sweet, this will definitely roll. It's a thinner juice. This is definitely a 70-30.
70-30.
But it produces like an 80-20. I give it an 8.5 on production. Flavor, I give this a 9 as well. And I'm actually bumping up corn to 9 because so far these three have rock and roll. What's next? Bread.
I think you got 2 more left.
Yep, 2 more.
Candy King and
The Truth. Because that's the truth, Ruth. Name that movie.
Not a clue. That's funny. I'm usually the person that does that.
Name that
movie.
Okay, you know what? For a bell. Hold on. Bell for Crispy. All right. For a bell. For those of you who could tell me what movie this quote is from, I'll give you a bell. And that's the truth, Ruth. All right, so I had just opened Candy King before we went live, and I got my first taste of it on the Goon here, which got a decent little clapping bell on there.
Okay.
Just a single core 2636. I should have put one more wrap on it. It would have been perfect for the Nuve. Black Goon on green distressed Nuve, I think would have looked pretty. Smellitor, that's great. You know, I saw Owen, or not Owen, I'm sorry, you guys look, beardly. I saw, Giz, that you had said something about Smellitor earlier, but I read it as Smellator, the Smellator, like the Terminator, not Smellitor like Skeletor, which now I get it, and that might have been what my wife was talking about earlier, but I didn't get it then. They don't call it dope for nothing. So on the smell, oh yeah, nice. Okay. The smell is actually like a blue raspberry slushy.
Yeah, it does.
Like the slush puppies, remember back in the day?
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite.
The blue slush puppies. That's what it reminds me of.
I think the texture is what really sold me on the slush puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that nice. You could still get the nice little ice in it.
Yeah, you could space your teeth out about that far.
Right. And have them go right between your teeth. Perfect. Yep. No, I remember that.
On the nose, it does. It smells like, actually, it smells like a cross between a blue raspberry slush puppy and the sour portion of the blue warheads. On the smell,
Never been a warhead person.
I was.
Too sour for me.
Love warheads. It's funny when Warheads came out, I was in middle school, I think, and they had the hot ones and they had the sour ones, and everybody was always like, "Why don't you eat a hot one and a sour one at the same time? I wonder what would happen." And so, me being the type of dude that I was, don't fucking dare me to do anything. I'm gonna fucking do it. So I ate a hot one and a sour one at the same time, and it just tasted like a sour fireball to me.
Sour fireball.
Yeah. Well, from my mother, I got the love of fireballs. As a matter of fact, I actually have a fireball tub around here somewhere for decoration. Oh, it's in my bathroom.
See, it's funny because fireballs, and I'm such a wuss about it. I used to run them underneath water and
until they started to get pink.
Sweet, until they were sweet. My wife and my daughter would kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like that hot stuff. Not me.
My son, actually, both of my boys, they dig on the purple bag Takis.
Oh, them are really hot.
I've
tried them a few.
Giz gets a bell. Do the right thing. Yeah, bitches.
That's the double truth, Ruth.
That's what he said at the very end. And actually, it was Spike Lee that said that when he was playing the radio jockey. I forgot the Nuck.
The Nuck.
The Canuck. On the Canuck. That's floral.
Is it? I've never, tasted this one without vaping it.
Actually, give it a second. 3 words. Vicks Vapo Rub. Back of your tongue. Eucalyptus.
Back of my tongue, yeah.
Eucalyptus.
Yeah, the back of my tongue, definitely.
I get eucalyptus. Oh, did Sam say it? Was it Sam that said it at the end of the movie, or was it Spike Lee that said it at the end of the movie? I don't remember. That's very. It is very eucalyptus floral on the nut. All right. There's one reason why I don't like a lot of raspberry, lime, lemon, candy vapes. Because I get a Caranuba wax chapstick consistency, like texture. This didn't have it earlier. It does now. Let me switch the heat. Here we
Let's
go.
see what you're tasting.
We'll go Happy Meal on the watts here.
Happy Meal?
69. It's that floral eucalyptus on the nut that's giving me that Caranuba wax on the vape. It's not repugnant though. Most of the vapes that I get that have this texture to it are repugnant. And they make me want to toss a stick of chapstick at the camera and go, "Did you not taste that?"
Yeah.
But this isn't repugnant like that. It's not something that I think I could all day vape. But I mean, shit, we've gone through 4 juices so far. This is number 5, and this is the first one that I wouldn't all day vape. That's not bad. No. I mean, that's 80% winner right there so far, and we still have 1 juice left to go.
And I think it is from whenever, because I didn't get it either whenever I just vaped it, but when I had it on my tongue and I put it on my tongue and then tried to vape it, I still got that waxy flavor.
Try a clean palate here. Still there after coffee. I wonder after Ritz crackers and water if it would still be there. Good palate cleanser. If you're tasting a lot of juices at once, get yourself 2 liters of water and a box of Ritz crackers.
Really?
Ritz crackers, not the generic brand from Winn-Dixie or Walmart or whatever. Get the Ritz brand crackers. Um, After every juice, eat a few crackers, drink a cup of water or half a cup of water, whichever. Swish it out.
See, I always did ginger ale. Ginger ale always did it for me. Would cleanse my palate.
Mm-hmm. If I have fresh coffee beans, I'll usually sniff coffee beans between.
Oh, that would probably work. I do get the sweet tart. Definitely a sweet tart flavor at the end.
Yeah. Almost like a blue raspberry pixie stick.
But you almost ruined it for me now, because now I'm getting that waxy, which I didn't get before. And a lot of times whenever you're vaping, it's always about tricking the mind.
Yeah.
It's always about, the flavors might not be the way they made it, but it's all about tricking
perception.
That's right, perception.
That's why placebos work in the medical field
That's
as well.
Right.
Perception.
That's right.
Shit, we got a fucking movie quote we got to guess. Are we going to get a bell? That is so great. I can see the person. It's a male that says it, I think. Wait, no, it might not. Oh, Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers. Casper Van Dien. No.
Great movie.
Gary Busey's kid. Starship Troopers. When Rychek got killed. Before, when they infiltrated the base. I want to say that's where it's from.
You got me.
I'm kind of idiot savant with some. Hey, Michaela.
Hello.
Good to see you.
4 bonus points.
Oh, shit. Bum, bum, bum. Here it is. So production. It's because we shook the shit out of it. Looks like a 70, 75. I give it an 8.5 on production. Flavor, I give this one a 6.5.
6.
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
When he's driving the car. I don't remember when.
In a car filled with brain matter. That's right. That's right. It gets in your clothes and it stinks. It reeks. That's it. It reeks. That's right. I just watched Pulp Fiction the other day, but I also just watched Starship Troopers the other day too. Yeah, all right. Production, it gets an 8.5, 6.5 on flavor. Seven on flavor. The floral's going away as it wicks through the cotton. So that tells me this would be a good tank. Tank juice.
Way better on tank. And there is juices that taste horrible on a dripper, and then you throw them in a tank, and they taste great.
Yeah, it's like
the heat breaks down the flavor molecules in some juices.
In some, yeah. When you that's why I like the RDTA style tanks that they've been coming up with, what I call the new Jenny style, or the new generation of RDTAs, like the Limitless and the Avocado. And I see Wismec has a new one coming, and there's I think there's a Lost Vape one coming. Also, Rick Trippers has one coming too. But
I heard that one's pretty badass.
The wicking process for the RDTAs I like, because the heat is all up top. The juice is all below it. It doesn't heat up because they usually have pretty decent heat sink between the two.
Yep.
Kind of where I think they screwed up with the Limitless XL. But I can see where iJoy and Limitless came out with this concept, because this is actually a whole lot like the Eagle.
Okay.
Which I got a hold of one of those as well. It's where you can rewick and rebuild on the deck as well.
Okay.
Also, that's kind of, I don't remember the first tank that had that style. It's pretty recent, but I can see where iJoy was going with that one. However, that heats up the juice just like your regular clear miser, and that's when you get the juice breakdown, I think, as well. Uh, but I find that I like, we were talking about the type of vapes that I dig on. I find the type of vapes that I dig on hold together well under high heat because I like high heat vapes.
Yeah.
Even when I build higher at like a 0.3 and a half, 0.4, I'm rocking it on an unregulated series box. So you're getting still 100 and some odd watts.
I think I've noticed it more with a cream, like with creams, that on the higher temp, the creams will break down and you won't get much of that cream because of the heat. I tried. I don't know if you've seen the new whipped that looks like the Cool Whipped that has a strawberry. They have a breakfast one and then they have a vanilla one.
Yeah, I did see that.
I picked up the breakfast and then the strawberry one, and both of them under high heat, they lost their cream. They lost the whipped part of it. At about 50 watts, great. But as soon as you got over 100, it was like, it actually tasted horrible.
No shit.
Yeah. But at 50 watts on an Arctic, which I still use an Arctic.
I do too. I still have an Arctic.
I do too. There's certain juices I love out of that tank, but at 50 watts, vapes perfect. 100 watts out of my VTF8, horrible. Tastes like trash.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of the fruity vapes, I have to vape them at a lower temperature of that, and because of stuff that happens like with the Candy King here. You know, with the different heats, you get different breakdown, and it just sometimes fucks with flavor, kind of like it did with me here. But I am going to run this through both the Limitless Plus and the Limitless XL, and probably even the TFB8. I got it sitting over there. We'll rock and roll on it and see how it rolls through a tank. So I'm going to set that aside because when I do part 2 later on, you and I were having a discussion earlier about some things, and I've been brainstorming since we had that conversation. So I'm going to run that through a tank and we'll revisit that one later. So last but not least, from this batch, strictly from King's Crest, is the Truth, number 7. I really like this label. You know what would have made this label absolute tits for me, though? Is if the lettering were green instead of red.
It was green.
But I like how they spell out the 3 milligram.
Yeah.
They do say max VG, faux pas. It's a 70. It's a 70, guys. It's a 70. So go ahead and let us know the profile for the Truth number 7, because you told a really good story with this. Well, we can't tell the whole story.
Whole story. I could not get into the whole story. But supposedly there's another company that makes a juice similar, and basically we wanted to just show them that our juice is better than theirs, or comparable. And
the purpose of this was a dick measuring contest. We're just going to throw it out there right now, and so far from what I can tell, this has a cock, and the juice that he's talking about has a pee-pee.
That's right. So
name that movie.
That's why it's the Truth, is because it is. It's the real deal Holyfield on the Fruit Loops and ice cream. There's another company out there. I'm not going to say who does it, but there's a big long story about it, and I don't want to get into it because I don't want to bash names, but
Yeah, the only name we're going to bash on this channel is Ruthless, because did you hear what Ruthless did to Carl Gall?
No.
You know, he had the Drippin' Dots from Chuck and Vapors, the mangoes.
Good, it was good.
Right after he came out, Ruthless made a Drippin' Dots line, ripped off his flavor, his label, I mean, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's in California right now because he had to go out there for some business, but yeah, they're duking it out. Fuck Ruthless. But anyways, cereal and vanilla ice cream.
That's what it is. Fruit Loops, a la mode over ice cream. Which, like you said earlier, Fruit Loops is what really got me off cigarettes. That's what I was a heavy fan of whenever I started, was a Fruit Loop flavor. I was in the OG with the, what is it? Come on, 9. What's the... cigarettes made by serial killers made by 9 South.
Yes.
9 South, and that's where I was trying to think of 9. They were the original people that I felt like did the best Fruit Loop back in the day. It did made a little couple changes, which I didn't agree with the changes.
Well,
but
they
the
had
original
to clean it
was
up,
the best. I'm sure it was full of diacetyl.
Oh yeah,
but that's what made it taste so good.
Yeah, right. You finally find something that really just kicks you right in the dick, and they fuck with it.
They fucked with it. I've tasted the new version after they've cleaned it up, after they've done 2 or 3 renditions of it. It does taste better now than what it did in their second rendition of it, because the second rendition to me tasted like fish oil, and I don't like to bake fish oil.
Nah, no. I don't even like to take fish oil for health reasons.
The other guys.
I haven't seen that, but it's on either Cinemax or Netflix right now.
Fruit Loops.
So this smells like your typical Fruit Loops vape, but you can smell the creaminess of the ice cream behind it, and it overpowers that pledge smell. It takes away the pledge smell. So there's no pledge.
Yeah, that most cereal vapes can get is that pledge lemon.
So because this is a fruit cereal vape, I'm actually going to put it on the RDA that I was vaping Crispy King on, because it will overpower it. I already know that just from experience. All right. So on the nose, it's
very pungent,
but not overpowering. On the knuckle, it is chemical on the knuckle. It's that chemical lemon that you would expect, but it sweetens. It doesn't stay pledge. I wouldn't even use the term pledge for it, just like almost like it's the nicotine that I'm tasting. But yeah, on the knuck, it's not bad. It's definitely doable. Definitely doable. Oh yeah, that cotton's right. Another reason why I like temp control. Sit there and burn that bitch till the cotton goes dry.
Very heavy on the lemon lime. Get a lot of lemon lime notes out of it.
Yeah, you get that on the knuck and on the nose too.
The end is the a la mode.
You get a nice throat hit.
Oh yeah.
But that's where the lemon, lime, and orange come in. Yep. There's all 3 citrus Fruit Loops in there. The a la mode is on the exhale, but it's on the tip of the tongue at the exhale. But it's a warm juice. It's not like, for instance, fruit cereal from Gentleman's Draw.
Yeah.
When I vaped it, it had a cool feeling going in. This doesn't have a cool feeling. Not menthol, but cool. Some vapes just have a cool feeling as they go in. This isn't one of them. This is definitely a nice warm vape. And it's good. I got it at 420 degrees on a 60 watt power pulse on stainless steel right now, and it's good. Let me switch over to some power. So this was the culprit of the overjuice. Got it. Ah, the rice pudding.
The rice pudding.
No wonder I overdripped it. It says max VG, but I give it a 70 rating. You know, I'm just going to switch this to power instead. Believe it or not, at 98 watts, it's a cooler vape.
Is it?
Yeah, like a cooler texture vape. Let me drop it down to 69 watts and we'll see what it does on a Happy Meal. So this is something that I would vape on power, not temperature control. I do get a little bit of VGs with it, but I think that's just one of the cereal ingredients. I get that often with cereal vapes. Um, I also have a nicotine head rush right now. But on production, I give it an 8.5. Flavor, I give it a 7. It's not something I would all day vape. I'm going to roll it through a tank, see how it goes, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a nicotine slur here. So I'm going to take a sip. We're going to visit chat and take a little bit of a break before we jump into Melon Heads and Jam.
The jam. I want to know if anybody else has tried any other jams that are out there, because I know that they're venturing out right now. There's the Jam Monster, Just the Jam, the Jam Man,
had a peanut butter and strawberry jam,
which I've been wanting to try. There's another one called PB&J.
Yeah.
That I've seen. They come in like nice 120s. But yeah, I haven't tried any of those yet.
Dude, that's the quote is Samuel L. Jackson right before he kills a motherfucker, because he always thought it was some cold shit to say before he busts a cap in somebody's ass.
Yeah, that is from Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah,
that's what he says.
I love that quote.
Samuel L. Jackson is probably one of the best action people that make movies.
Well, you know, his middle name should be Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Or Motherfucking. And the reason why I say that is because everything sounds so much more badass when you add Motherfucking in between it. Like my name, for instance, I have a bullshit last name. My last name is Weiner, for Christ's sake. But I'm Jeremy Motherfucking Weiner. Bitch. Hey, oh yeah, and you gotta throw the bitch after.
That's right.
You gotta throw the bitch after it. Otherwise, that's the exclamation point at the end of the exclamation point. It's like the kick of the nuts.
Do you remember the show from Dave Chappelle? It's beer. No. Samuel L. Jackson's beer commercial. Oh my gosh, it's motherfucking beer, and it's fucking good. I know there's people out there that know about what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was done by Dave Chappelle.
Hey, William is in. 225RC, his name is William. He actually lives up in Louisiana, where they've been having all the floods. He took a picture out I think it was a picture out his front door, and his neighbor had water all the way up to their porch.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I hope you're doing okay, William. Yeah. If that was, pictures of your neighborhood, dude, I feel for you. I know what it's like to be flooded out, and it is no fun. Yeah, well, so people have been making fun of my last name all my life. And, they've pronounced it Wiener like that. Over the course of time, I've actually shrunk 2 inches. Used to be 6'6".
Really?
So when people would make fun of me when I was in high school, I would look at them and go, goddamn right. I am a 78-inch wiener. Like a prick you don't want to fuck with. But now it's 76 inches because I'm 6'4". But, when I first thought of that and I threw it out there for the very first time, I was a sophomore in high school. And the dude that did it was the Prince Charming quarterback. Everybody loved him, and it was an English class, and I pissed him off. I dropped that line. Everybody's doing the whole ooh, because this is a Popka High School circa 1996, and okay, I'm giving myself a bell.
Give yourself a bell.
And so he jumped up, and this was when that whole phrase "bout it" was big.
Oh yeah, about it.
And of course, the Prince quarterback, his name was Turbo.
Turbo.
I really don't think I need to allow you. Yeah. So Turbo jumps up and goes, "You think you about it?" And he pushes me, so I jumped up and I socked him in the jaw, and we found out he also has a glass jaw. I barely cocked the motherfucker with my right hand. I'm a southpaw. Yeah, Rhonda's been having tornadoes. She was actually talking with another fan of the show last week when the tornadoes were running through Indiana, and it hit her area. Uh, the tornado alarms and all that shit.
Yeah, we're getting
Weather's
some
getting
crazy
fucked.
weather.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
Evil-lyn has stepped in. So, should I be very? What should I be very, very afraid of? Oh, shit. So we still have 4 juices left. Let's get on them.
Let's get it.
Let's get it done. Well, he brought.
I think we had 10.
We had 10 total. We have 4 left.
Did I see something really cool?
Yeah.
Wow.
$1.25.
That is cool.
That's me. I'm big sexy.
They rebottled the brand, so now all those ones were on clearance.
The ones that they redid. All their old
This is what my
labels.
wife
Yeah.
should call me.
That's
Give me the.
She should call me big sexy.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I?
Yes.
But I don't.
No, you don't. She calls me asshole. But it's okay. I come by it honestly. Oh, you know what's funny though is we have a guy in the vape community whose nickname is Turbo.
Oh, Turbo?
Yeah, that's Pandora's old man.
Okay.
He does all our photo shoots and stuff. So we're gonna jump over to melon heads before we get into the jam because I'm
Let's
gonna
save melon heads last.
Oh, you want to save melon heads for last? Okay.
Yeah, because it'll taint everything you have. You'll taste melon for the next week.
Like taint.
Like taint.
Taint. All right. Well, which? Oh yeah, I ruined this one with the cereal.
Oh, I can tell you one surprise.
Nice.
Oh, Minion Tic Tacs.
Banana.
But it's Kevin on top of that. Kevin is my minion that I think is like me. He's tall, skinny, wears glasses, and has a mohawk. Was this from Mom?
No, I found that at the gas station.
Oh, did you? Was that from Mom?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Y'all are seeing I've seen these all over the place. Simple things for simple minds. That's right. All right, so ruin that one. We're gonna do melon head last.
Start with raspberry.
We're gonna start with raspberry jam. I love these boxes.
I love them.
You know, I'm a big fan of the boxes because a lot of times the juices that are in these boxes are in clear bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So what does UV light do? It breaks down the
Breaks down the
juice.
juice.
So if you have it in a nice box, I mean, these boxes are pretty inexpensive when you think
Very
about
inexpensive.
cost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they probably cost maybe 2 pennies a piece before, you know, printing and all that. After printing, probably a nickel a piece. So for a nickel, you can save the life of your juice, and it'll actually live its full 2 years if it has 0 UV.
We also found
And
two.
that's why they have the box. God, look at that label. It's so fucking clean. This is the first time I've seen these bottles. I
They're
haven't
super
opened the
clean.
boxes.
Yeah, they're super clean.
Look at that. That is dope. So, let's see. It says 3.
We also did the boxes too because during shipping, when you have boxes, it actually ships a whole lot better. You have less broken bottles
Mm-hmm.
because the box actually acts as a barrier
An extra
between the
buffer,
two
yeah.
glasses.
And when you put them in the actual just shipping packages where you have the inserts,
Mm-hmm. They
You-
fit perfectly.
yeah,
Perfectly.
yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, you guys can tell I haven't even opened the bottle yet. Raspberry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I like raspberry jam. Not actually. I digress. I like raspberry jelly because the jam has the seeds in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one thing that turns me off about raspberries and blackberries. It's not
It's
the
the little
flavor;
seeds.
it's the texture with the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever I find a good raspberry or blackberry vape, I'm all about it. But it's so weird because I love strawberries.
Yeah.
I eat strawberries all day long, but the seeds for the strawberries aren't like they are for the raspberries and blackberries.
Raspberry and blackberry have stronger seeds, so the seeds You can actually bite them.
Yeah, and this actually smells like a piece of blackberry candy.
Mm-hmm. You know, we were going for
Or
the
raspberry
red
candy.
raspberry, but they don't make a red raspberry flavoring from what we found. They make tons of blue raspberry flavoring. So, you know, basically that's the route we went.
I can smell this actually smells similar to the blue raspberry that is in Candy King.
That's right. But nowhere close to it.
Smells similar.
Smells similar. Very different taste though. Because jam is supposed to have tardiness. It's
Yeah.
supposed to have that preservative tart to it.
Yeah, jelly is just a conglomerate of everything put into a gelatin. That's why
Yeah.
they call it jelly.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Not a lot of people know that, but it's all it is Jello. It's like it's a gelatin. It's like Jello pudding, but made just a little different. But that's why it always has when you get the jam, it spreads a lot easier, and when you get the jelly, it's like you have to press on it at an angle.
That's right. Mm. That is god awful good.
And this is a 3-nic.
Yeah.
No nicotine chemical, nice, fresh, sweet raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's the blue raspberry.
Yep, you definitely tell it's blue.
But that's just really good. What am I going to put it on? You know what? Since I was vaping Candy King on the Goon, I'm going to put the raspberry jam on the Goon. But if I taste the chapstick still, I'm going to switch RDAs.
Right over top of the ice cream, and I can, or the truth, and then I could still taste that blue raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just kicking.
Well, that's good then, because if it overpowers a cereal vape to where you can taste it, I'm sure you can still taste the cereal.
But
if you
I can get a little bit of the citrus notes.
If you can still taste the raspberry on top of it, that's pretty pungent.
Like I told you earlier, the jams are my favorite right now. It's something like nobody else does.
This is just exactly what it is, blue raspberry. But if you go looking for the sweetness of a jam or a jelly, you're not going to find it. I'm wondering if they went the route of calling it jam and comparing it to a jam because of the fact that it just is a fresh vape. I mean, you from the moment you get the box, it's a fresh label per se, slang, fresh label. You open up the box and it's a clean, you know, it just gives you that essence. This is a 3-nic, y'all. And there is hardly any tinge of brown to it. The only time that you see a tinge of brown is when I go like this, and I think it's because of my skin tone, to be quite honest. And it's, well, that's a little tan, not much. But everything just exudes fresh and clean. It's like Outcast, you know. Ain't no one as dope as Jam. It's just so fresh and so clean. So I think it's just a fresh fruit, but that's the only thing that they can compare it to without calling it raspberry vape or strawberry vape or grape vape.
I think it's exactly a jam. Like, you can't get any more spot on to a jam than what it is.
And I don't get any chapstick from.
No chapstick, no alcohol. What's your wattage at on that?
Half a mil.
69. See, I'm vaping at 120. I'm almost double on yours. And it's still like the flavor is just as pungent and I think that's what I really love about it is that it doesn't matter if you're on a hot vape, a cool vape, it still has that good tarty jam flavor.
You say you're at $1.20?
I'm at $1.20 right now.
All right. I'll kick $1.20. Another good thing about these 30 mil RDAs,
I just filled it up.
I just put a whole fucking milliliter of juice in there. When I first got a 30 mil RDA, it was the Buddha, and I put a stainless build in it, and I filled it up to the rim of the cut with juice, and I vaped on it for 43 minutes without
Before it dried.
Wow. Stainless steel temp control,
Yeah.
but still. Okay. So, so vaped at a higher wattage, you actually get like the, dare I say, the foliage that makes it the jam. Like you have the sweetness of the jam, but you also have the foliage because it's chopped up, everything.
Preservatives.
Mm-hmm. I like it better at a high heat.
I do too.
I really like it. Oh, wow. And I'm rocking this Clapton that I have in here. It's all Hostile Clouds. The Thin Wires Alchemy,
Yeah.
the core is static, the staging is static. So clean.
It's super clean. It's one of my favorite things about it.
I'm really looking forward to the other ones now. So, okay, it's a 70-30, maybe even a little thinner, dare I say 65-35, but the production is that of at least a 70-30. I give it an 8 on production. Flavors banging. 8.75. 8.75.
And these are the collabos. This is a collab between Happy Buddha,
Happy Buddha
and Taffy Man.
Taffy Man. Okay, this is a collab. Everybody is familiar with Taffy Man, I'm sure. Those are the boxes that look like they have the Pac-Man ghosts on them. And then Happy Buddha was a local company that actually blew up with one juice that everybody should know, that even I knew, but I didn't get a chance to get a hold of until now, is the OG Munchies. This is the 2013 Summit winner for chocolate vapes. And it's got peanut butter in it.
Peanut butter.
And
No
it's got,
chocolate.
Oh. For those of you who are looking for peanut butter chocolate, I believe Rhonda was even looking for peanut butter chocolate, which we were talking about earlier about giving a pack of juice away and shipping it off to somebody. I think we're going to go ahead and give it to Rhonda.
Okay. I'll leave.
Rhonda, I want you to email me your address so I can kick it over. It'd be easier for you guys to just drop ship it. I'll kick it over to Rory. Email me your address, skeletorvapes@gmail.com. I'll forward it to Rory, and we'll get you a pack of juice sent out for you, so you can at least get the peanut butter chocolate vape and try these other ones too. I know she's been having a little bit of financial troubles. She's in the process of moving.
We would love to help. We're always down for the vape community, helping people out. That's what we're here for.
Good.
And serving good juice.
Yeah, and this is good juice. I mean, out of the last line that we just did, out of 6 juices, I was digging on 4 of them. So you're looking at what, 72.5% good. So I mean, that's batting 725, and in baseball terms, that's the best I've ever heard
really
of.
Good.
And the guys at Happy Buddha used to make one of my favorite juices, and that was Monkey King.
Yep.
I thank my old roommate Angela for that one. So it's a wonder why I'm really digging on these. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Happy Buddha. As a matter of fact,
I see a Buddha man back there.
There's a Buddha here. Oh, but wait, there's more. Lucky Buddha.
The lucky Buddha. That's right. Yeah, in our office, the first thing you walk and see is a big Happy Buddha holding a mechanical mod. Nice. He's about 5 foot big.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. All right, so we're gonna move on
to the grape.
We're moving on to the grape. Rhonda, you are welcome, sweetie. I told you if I could figure out a way to help you out, I would. And we were talking before the show, and he said that he has a sample pack that we can give away. And I figured that you are probably one of the best candidates for that sample pack right now. All right, grape. This is the one that I've been looking forward to. I mean, I am a strawberry jam freak, but I also like grape. And I've been looking for a good grape vape. That's what I do there. a good grape vape for a long time, because most of them, they all have this like,
Cough syrup.
yes,
Yeah,
diamond
no,
tap,
I know
diamond
Diamond
tap.
Tap. That's every grape is like that, and that's something that we actually just tell you a quick story about the grape jam. Is that the grape jam actually we made our first edition of it at the co-packers at Nome in Idaho is where our juice is made. Um, Basically, we threw away the whole first batch
Yeah.
because it wasn't to our preference. We went back to the drawing board, and thank you to Taffy Man, pointed us in our right direction what grape to use. We
Yeah, because that
fixed it.
grape taffy, man, is
Then that's the
epic.
thing. Like you have to find.
That's the one grape vape I like.
That's right. Grape is a very tricky flavor. It's like cherry and grape, because everybody knows Dimetapp
And
for their
Robitussin.
and Robitussin for their cherry and grape. So for a vape to make a grape vape or a cherry vape, it's very difficult. You have to really find what works. And we bought just about every grape concentrate we could find until we finally found the right one that we went with. And yeah, we threw away probably 5,000 bottles of grape jam because it wasn't the way we wanted it to be. And we're those people that will throw it away before we give it to the public when it's not right.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely an artificial smelling grape, because it's hard to pinpoint what a grape smells like naturally, because they're a water-based fruit. Um, they actually have more of a percentage of water that makes up their composition than watermelon.
Really? Did not know that.
About 12%, I think.
Which explains why grapes are so good for ice cubes.
Yeah, I'm a plethora of useless knowledge in this thing. It's like a steel trap. I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, but I could tell you shit about shit, which is literal shit. Hey, Orbital, how are you, sir? I'm glad you get to catch some of the live show after all. Yeah, this is, God, we're going into 2 hours here, but we had 10 juices.
A lot of juice.
A lot of juice. God, that smells really good. This actually smells like grape Gatorade.
Yeah, let me smell it.
But it's not bad.
It does smell similar to grape Gatorade. You know, out of the jam, it's really hard for me to pick my favorite because I really love them all. I really think they all have their own unique flavor. Even though they're very simple, they each have their own unique point to them. But it's like when my boss brought the jam to us and was like, this is the next big thing. He knew, and whenever I tasted it from that time that he let me try the sample, every day I was like, yo, let me get some more of that. Let me get some more of that. I almost felt annoying, but you know, when you have a vape that is that good, you get to be that annoying because you want it.
Orbital's a fan of you guys.
Nice. Thank you, Orbital.
Yeah, it's great to actually be able to have these guys local to me, because I absolutely love pulling in juice makers and distributors in and having them sit down with me and go over their juice. A lot of people are like, oh, you just, you do that because you want to look good, or, you're going to give them a good review because they're sitting there with you. And if you guys know by now how the fuck I do things, then you know. So, I do like having the ability to have you guys here.
I like having people either say a juice sucks or say that it's not their juice, because everybody's palate is different. There's not anybody that the way I taste something is the way you taste it. It's totally different. Our palates are different. That's what makes the juice game so competitive, is that there's so many juices on the market that taste close to each other, but it's really the people. What does it say?
My wife, hey honey, would you say you're pumping up that jam? Pump it up.
Pump it up.
Oh, honey, Mom will be here in 18 minutes. Just so you know. But we're not done yet. Staller.
Staller. 2 more left.
We got 2 more left and then an outro. Oh, wait. Did I give a bell for the first jam?
You did not.
Haha. All right, so on the Nuck. On the nose, it smelled like grape Gatorade, which is not a bad thing. On the Nuck. It's got a little bit of chemical to it, but that's just the grape concentrate. I know that. It actually has like a grape Kool-Aid flavor to it.
It does. That's what I get out of it. I get like a grape Kool-Aid from it.
Or for y'all poor folk, purple drink. I had purple drink.
Oh, I love purple drink.
We did. We were too poor for Kool-Aid. We got purple drink. Not really. I just actually preferred purple drink. True story. Just like I preferred Thang over Tang.
Thang over Tang.
All right, this is that twisted Clapton Helix son of a bitch that I was talking to you about. At 100 watts. Happy Skeletor. This is the face of Happy Skeletor. I am going to change RDAs though because I think I just collapsed the cotton. You know what? Double vision.
Double vision.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Catch up to me now. Turn on. Oh yeah. Yay! There we go. So before I collapse the cotton, I get not so much the a jam, but I get like grape taffy.
Grape taffy?
Yeah. You can definitely tell this is the same grape that they use in the
That's
grape
right.
taffy.
That's right.
But it's really good. Like, okay, it seemed like in order to get a good jam, they used the candy grape popsicle. That is a great analogy, actually. That's even a better analogy than what I have. I even have cream bee on this RDA, which is the cream and honey.
Okay. Does it mix them well with it? See, that's another thing I've noticed with the jams is because it's a very simple.
Yeah, it's like
base.
This is like a one flavor shot, you know, and it's great.
Yeah, you can mix it with a lot of different things that would give it almost like a jam. And I was mixing it with a donut the other day, a glazed donut, and a little bit of strawberry jam, and again, it tasted like a jelly-filled donut.
Right. That actually tastes to me like
Overdripper.
Oh, I'm definitely an overdripper.
Overdripper.
Hey y'all, what am I notorious for?
It does mix very well. I could taste the honey.
Yeah, it's like you put
the cream.
You take
and then the grape.
You take a actually, you know what? You take a KFC biscuit, drizzle some honey on one side, butter and grape jelly on the other side.
That's pretty much what it tastes like. That's really good. That was really good.
All right, so Notorious Overdripper over here says this again. This actually does look thicker than the raspberry, but I still give it a 70-30. Production 8.5, flavor I give it another 8.75. You might have to entertain, sweetheart. We've got 2 juices left.
Almost done.
Almost done. So we'll put that bad boy over there. That's really good. So far, I'm impressed. There's only been 2 juices that I really haven't dug on right now, and we're on to number 9.
Nine, yeah. So this is the strawberry, and the strawberry so far, from what I've seen, from what I sell to shops, strawberry has moved the fastest, and I think that's because strawberry is typically
The go-to.
the go-to. The strawberry typically would be clear, but during the co-packing part of our first run, all of our boxes weren't ready, so they hit UV light, which is why they are darker.
I really like these boxes because you got the picture of the fruit, and then you got your info on the back. Jam, Jimmy, jam, Jimmy.
And on the front, we even put "Do not sell to minors."
That's right. Underage sale prohibited. All right. So I've been looking forward to the strawberry as well, because I like strawberry vapes. My wife is strawberry. You, I think I mentioned that earlier. But it's funny because she would try out all these strawberry juices.
Nothing. She might taste the jam though behind that. She might not taste the strawberry, but she'll get the jam.
Why are you going to walk down to the bus stop? Why don't you drive down to the bus stop, my love? Especially if it's raining. Unless you're going to take an umbrella. If you're going to take an umbrella, you'll still get wet. Minus one of those. Whoopsie. All right, so on the nose, shake the shit out of this. You can always tell the quality of the juice after you shake the shit out of it. How opaque it is. If it's good, it's opaque as fuck. Oh yeah, look at all those bubbles.
Mm-hmm. It's all those flavor molecules.
Uh-huh. Full of flavor. That's fresh strawberry. That's like
Fresh strawberry.
All right, check it. You got being in Florida and only an hour away from Plant City. It's easy to go to the Strawberry Festival, which I mentioned last week on one of my shows. And there's a smell to fresh strawberries that a lot of you might not know because you might not have ever been to a strawberry farm. But when they're processing the strawberries, there's this odor. And it's like that on pretty much every farm that I've ever been to that produces a high volume of strawberries or corn. There's always this smell. Hey, Combi's here. What's up? But that smell is there, and it's hard to. It's almost like the sweetness mixes with the machining of the pickers and the cardboard of the boxes, and then the plastic smell of the little green things, and you put it all together. Or even if they have the environmentally safe little crates that are made out of the recycled paper and shit, there's that smell. And that smell
brings me, because that's what I used to, when I was young, I used to go to the Strawberry Festival. Some of my parents used to take me to, and that smell is lingering throughout the air the whole time you're there.
It's funny because it's almost repugnant, but if it's a part of your raise, then it's like I grew up in Zellwood.
Okay, so
Zellwood's known for sweet corn.
Sweet corn, that's right.
The gel on the inside of the red strawberry candies that come in the strawberry wrapping. Spot on. Spot fucking on. That's a great duck. That's a really good duck.
And this one is my favorite. Strawberry is my favorite. It's my boss's favorite. Saw him this morning, fixed his mod. That's why I was a little late. Had to rewick his shift. But yeah, he was vaping strawberry ever since we got it. That's what he's been vaping. And a lot of people that make juice, if you make juice, you know, you don't vape your own juice a lot of times because you know what's in it. And again, it's always about tricking the mind, perception. But you know, he vapes this stuff, and I think if you make something, you should stand behind it.
Indeed, and that's that's why I like palling around with Larry Webb before he merged with Gentleman's Draw.
Yep.
Because he only vaped his stuff. Yeah, I know. Too bad your strawberry needs love.
You might like the raspberry though.
Let's see.
I know for anybody that likes fruity vapes, they'll love the jam.
I don't even really dig on fruity vapes, but I'm digging the jam. That's the grape.
And it's not a super sweet either. It's not something that would just continue to get sweeter and sweeter, you know, over time. Because I have certain savory flavors that I feel like once the sugars build up on my coil, it just gets sweeter and sweeter.
Yeah. Indeed.
And then it just drops off and gets burnt.
Like, I've noticed that with Dr. Creamy's banana pudding. That's one of my favorites. But after I've been vaping on it for a day or two, I gotta either change RDAs or change coils.
Yeah.
That is spot on, like fresh strawberry. Again, the gel that's inside those red candies, which I guess you can consider a jam of sorts. But production, it produces great for what it is. And this again looks like a 70-30, 65-35. But the production is an 8.5. Flavor, give this one an 8.75 as well. Good job, guys. Jam is good.
Thank you.
Jam is good. Now we're going to the last one. All right. Almost like old sweat socks. The smell.
Yeah.
The farm smell.
So this last one has really taken us to the next level. Melon Heads was something we released when we really first started E-Juices Direct. By far one of the best-selling juices we have. I mean, Vapor and Company cannot keep it in. Thank you, Andy, for keep reordering it. And to the community that keeps buying it, you know.
I hear this is the truth.
It is. For a watermelon, it is by far probably the best watermelon Jolly Rancher that I've ever had. But it is very, very sweet. The truth.
But you told me before that this does kill coils.
Oh, it will kill a coil, and that's because it is very sweet. If you're looking for that sweet, you know, vape, there's people that's what they like. They like to be able to taste it all the time. That's something that you will be able to taste no matter what. Even on a burnt coil, you can still taste it.
Ooh, that's watermelon.
Oh, it coats our office. When you walk into our office, all you smell is watermelon.
It smells like cool watermelon from Gentleman's Draw.
It is. It's very comparable to cool watermelon, and when we brought that to Vapor and Company, cool watermelon had just dropped as well. So we were competing both, you know, with Gentleman's Draw cool watermelon. But it's different than their watermelon.
There's no chemical on the nut with this. It's really, it's super like uber sweet.
Uber sweet. It's like you put a candy in your mouth.
Yeah, indeed.
But I feel it really gives that true watermelon, the melon part of the watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
It really gives you that.
1 milliliter dropped.
Really,
20
white
drops.
sugars.
20 drops is about 1 milliliter. Almost dropped it.
You'll be tasting watermelon for the next week.
Produces well. Watermelon Big League Chew.
Close, yeah. It does taste similar to
that. To me, Cool Watermelon and the Green Label Watermelon that come from Gentleman's Draw, they both, in their own way, taste like a watermelon bubblicious.
Okay.
This actually, with the watermelon bubble or the watermelon Big League Chew that they used to come out with, the dust that they always put on the flavored Big League Chews was always extra flavor additives, and so it always made it an uber sweet flavor. And this tastes to me like watermelon bubblicious. It's not something I would all day vape, but it matches up to the flavor of being a melon candy. I really don't dig on watermelon or melon vapes at all, but production, it gets an 8.5, and for flavor, I'd definitely give this an 8.5. For those of you who like watermelon vapes, you're definitely gonna like this, but it is very sweet. So you have to like sweet vapes, or else you're not gonna like this. I think because it's so sweet, it appeals to me a little more. Whereas most of your melon vapes are very sour, like melon rind almost, that have been sitting in the hot sun for a day and a half, especially here in Florida. But this does not have that sourness to it or the rottenness to it. It's got the sweetness to it, and I think that's what levels it out. So it's not bad. Well, you brought me 10 juices today, and there was only 1, 2, 3 that I really didn't dig on. So that's still batting 700.
Yeah.
That's good in my book.
Good.
Thank you very much to Rory here from eJuices Direct and the whole crew over there at eJuices Direct. Here's Rory's contact information. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and pause it and jot that down for those of you who want to get a hold of some good juice. It can also be found at Vapor & Co. I noticed that the Strawberry Munchies was the only one that was up on the website for right now, but we're going to change that. As a matter of fact, Andy, you need to add this stuff on the website now that I see you're back in chat. Have Chris do it. I'm sure he's just sitting there twiddling his thumbs, looking at all the cool stuff, going, ooh, I want to vape that, I want to vape that, I want to vape that. I'm just kidding, Chris. You know we love you. So, yeah, thank you very much, sir. It was a pleasure. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm going to be vaping on these two bad boys later, Munchies and Cake Monster. Yeah, they're the ones that make Cake Monster. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to do the Munchies line, the Cake Monster, and stuff like that for sure. But we'll sit down and talk to your boss and get maybe an on location at eJuices Direct shoot going for the other reviews. All right, so we're going to get the fuck out of here, y'all. My mother is actually in town from Arizona, and she just walked in the door. So we're going to get the fuck out of here.
What did Amy say is one number one single flavor?
Number one single flavor seller and 3, Nick.
Awesome, Andy.
Okay, yeah. Rhonda, send me your address on Facebook chat, and I will forward it over to Rory. And I'm going to jump over here to my button. Yeah, there's my button that says stop streaming. So remember, everybody, I got to figure out what I want to vape on. What do I want to vape on?
Got too much to choose.
Right. What do we got in this one? Bread King. All right, so I'm going to throw some Bread King on the Seminole here on top of the dark, but God, Crimson Dragon's pretty dope. All right. We are creeping up on 2 hours. Look at
Yeah.
that. Get this bitch juice so I don't get any dry swats while we give you a cloud out. Remember, guys, if you want to go pick up some of this juice, you can either jump over to e-juicesdirect.com, go to vaporandcode.com, or it might even be in your local shop. If it's not, ask for it. Get in contact with me. I'll get Rory in contact with them. They can get it shipped over to you.
Yeah, wholesale needs, go to eJuices Direct. If you're just a simple customer, go to
Vapor
Vapor
and
and
Co.
Company.
Yeah,
And they will deliver anywhere in the United States.
that's right. They will. They will. And if you make a purchase over $50, you get free shipping. And if you use the product code WTF, you get 20% off your entire order. So thanks everybody for killing time with us and stopping by. You know who I am. I'm Skeletor. That's Rory from eJuices Direct. And this is the WTF Network, Coffee and Clouds. So yeah, remember everybody, kick cigarettes, vape on, stay cloudy, and as always, peace out. Bye-bye.